Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Throwback Thursday. Here we are at the Talladega Super Speedway with the car of tomorrow from 2007 and 2008 here. I believe we have the 2007 roster, so Kevin Harvick leads here on this opening lap of Talladega with Matt Kenseth alongside, looking to take the lead. Behind them, Carl Edwards, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Jeff Gordon. At the line, Kevin Harvick will lead the opening lap here at Talladega as we await the imminent big one, as you would expect here at Talladega. When that will happen, we will see. But right now, Matt Kenseth has just taken the lead from Kevin Harvick. Here comes the 14 of Sterling Marlin and the 16 of Greg Biffle, trying to make moves, trying to make something happen. But currently they remain side by side, nearly 4 wide for the lead now through 3 and 4. Kenseth, Harvick, Marlin, Biffle. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're crashing the back. There goes Ryan Newman. The 01 is in the wall. Ryan Newman's around. He's into Elliott Sadler, and he got a huge crash here at Talladega. Ryan Newman has crashed with Elliott Sadler here at Talladega on lap 2, causing a big accident. I believe the 01 of Mark Martin hit the wall hard as well in this incident. You can see Newman had air time from that impact with the nose of the 38. Ryan Newman clipped Mark Martin trying to get on the track, and he gets Mark Martin in the wall. Newman gets spun around off the track. Nowhere for Elliott Sadler to go. Hard hit. And very lucky that David Rudiman avoided that incident in the 0-0. But a huge pile was going to knock out Elliott Sadler and Ryan Newman from this race here on only the second lap after Ryan Newman made a mistake off the bumper of Mark Martin. I mean, then Mark Martin, he did come down the track before he hit the wall, and I believe he made significant contact right here. So indeed, it was with the 21. Slammed the 21 and hit the 10. So big contact there. There's Elliott Sadler in the 38 into the wall. Actually, I believe that's David Gilliland in the 30. Elliott Sadler was in the 21. So contact there with David Gilliland will get out with Ryan Newman. There's heavy contact with the 38 Gilliland and the 12 and Newman here. They crash here on lap 2 at Talladega, bringing out our first caution for a cause. And whoa, kind of around goes Brian Vickers, the 83 into the wall. Vickers got turned after the caution had flown, and after they crossed the line, I believe he made contact with David Stremme in the 40. Let's see right there, he got hit in the Stremme, then spun up the racetrack, and Vickers goes into the outside wall. Significant contact to the 83 Red Bull Racing machines. He just gets clipped by Casey Mears. Down to Stremme, and into the wall goes Vickers. So our second incident under this one caution here. Vickers spins to the bottom of the racetrack. Lucky he didn't get drilled by Mark Martin right there. As we look to go back towards the front of this field, it is Greg Biffle leading Denny Hamlin here at Talladega after our first caution on lap 2. So now we move on to the green flag, coming back out here on lap 7 at Talladega, the restart after that initial incident. Biffle in the lead, Tony Stewart is second, Montoya is third, the battle for fourth here between Boris Said and Reed Sorensen. And here comes the Busch brothers in the 5 and the 2. They're trying to make their way up to the front of the field, so I see everyone else jockeying for position throughout the field, trying to avoid another incident like we just witnessed there on lap 2 with the contact between Ryan Newman and Todd Gilliland. But right now it's that 16 and Biffle in the lead, but now Tony Stewart in the 20 will go to the lead. He gets around Biffle with help from Juan Montoya. As now they work their way heading into the tri-oval towards the front straightaway and the start finish line. Tony Stewart holding his line in the middle, now comes down to block Montoya. Will successfully as Stewart leads here at Talladega. Now we head into 1 and 2. Stewart looking to try to pull away with that lead and trying to hold on. There goes the engine. Tony Stewart's engines blow up. Stewart blows an engine, and they're crashing big behind him. Cars upside down. Yaley flipping up the racetrack into Marlin. There goes the 36. Cars are crashing everywhere. The huge one has erupted here at Talladega. Rudiman involved. The 36, 80. So the huge one. You see J.J. Yaley launched upside down by Kyle Petty. John Andretti piles in. There's Ward Burton in the 4. There's the 14 of Marlin. There's Andretti. Casey Kane is in it. The 96 is in it as well. So is the 66. Jeff Green involved. So right there, the 07 of Clint Borders, right? A huge hit right there from Brian Vickers into Jeff Gordon, I believe. As we see what happened here, see Stewart blew an engine, and then Boris Said got turned by Marlon up into Denny Hamlin who was damaged, and then 36 right, that's Kenny Wallace right into JJ Yaley, down into Kyle Petty. The 70 involves Scott Riggs down, the Vickers gets drilled, and then boom, Jeff Gordon gets drilled in the back right there by the 21 of Elliott Sadler. But a hellacious incident here at Talladega on lap 8. It also when Tony Stewart's engine just blows on him in the lead. Then that causes the 14 Marlin to turn Boris Said into the 11, then 36 turns to 18 down the 45, and from there it's on and everyone is piling in. Jamie McMurray, Ward Burton, Scott Riggs barely avoid the incident. Mark Martin, the 01 gets drilled back there by Boyer and Gordon. See Casey Kane destroyed. Just, oh my. What an incident. I mean, this is a shocking turn of events. Really, Tony Stewart, your race leader, blows an engine out of nowhere. No one expected that time. And then you see the 14 of Sterling Marlin just gets on the left rear quarter panel of Boris Said in the 66 car. And then hooks Boris Said seconds after Stewart's engine goes down into Denny Hamlin. Hamlin's instead up the track into Sterling Marlin, kind of there. Then Hamlin hits the 36 of Kenny Wallace, down into JJ Yaley. They get T-boned by Kyle Petty. Then nowhere for John Andretti to go. He gets Ward Burton in the 70 of Skinner involved. Casey Kane piles in. Jeff Green piles in. The 96 piles in. See Jeff Gordon almost avoided, except the 83 of Vickers slams into the 36 of Kenny Wallace, which blocks the path for everyone behind them. And after that, you know, Clint Boyer piled in. The 01 of Mark Martin piled in. As we look here from Jeff Gordon's view of how he got involved in this incident. See the 24 is 4 wide. He's up on the top, and then he sees the wreck happening. He's slowing down. He's going low. He avoids Denny Hamlin. Contact there with Stremme. That actually helped him initially. Then he looks to go low. Then he just gets absolutely drilled by Elliott Sadler in the 21. And then you see the Elliott Sadler then piles into Vickers, knocking them both out of the race. You see Rudeman got spun around up ahead. We figure out how that happened. But if you look here from the viewpoint of John Andretti in the 43 car, 3 wide with Mike Skinner and Ward Burton. See up the race, he's going low and nowhere to go into Kyle Petty up the track, and that's what really causes the whole high line to pile right into this. Nowhere to go. Cars slamming into cars. Mayhem. Now we look to see what happened to the 36 of Kenny Wallace, because he had a hellacious slip here. He was right behind this incident as it went right up in front of him. He got clipped by Hamlin down into Yaley, then he got spun and nowhere to go right up the race, like T-boned, and then Andretti sends him over, and then he's gonna get drilled by Vickers. That's gonna send Kenny Wallace slipping side over side into the inside safer barrier. Huge contact. And this just mega crash fatality. Now look what happened here to the 00 David Rudeman. He's a little bit ahead of this wreck. So it looks like, here we go. With David Rudeman, the 00 Rudeman here avoids this wreck initially somehow. I mean, look at the luck he had. Just barely hit Mike Skinner. And then he gets hit by Jimmy Johnson. Oh, Jimmy Johnson spins out David Rudeman trying to avoid the wreck. And significant damage to the 48. And you see here, this is really all triggered by Tony Stewart's engine just completely going pop from the lead, which caused the whole pack to go into disorder. Right there, there's Stewart's engine. Everyone's trying to find a way by them. You see them, they're all wrecking big time behind them. You see, there goes Yaley flipping. As we see here, as the view is going to pan back behind Tony Stewart. You see the big one's already happening. Oh my God, Boris Said in the 60 got absolutely destroyed by Clint Boyer in the back. And you see Stewart will be done, who is your race leader, with the complete engine blown on him as he slows down the apron. Now look at the rest of the pack, the guys who survived, racing back to the line. You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. Right now it's Juan Pablo Montoya leading the race with teammate Reed Sorensen in second for Chip Ganassi Racing. Biffle trying to race with Kyle Busch. They're 4 wide at the line. Montoya will lead here at Talladega. Now they're 5 wide behind him. Harvick Jr., Jarrett, Kyle Busch, and Greg Biffle. As trouble on lap 14, Carl Edwards has spun around, as well as the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield and the 88 of Dale Jarrett. They have got into each other and they have spun around. Actually, I believe that's 88 of Ricky Rudd. Sorry, the 88 of Ricky Rudd as well, also involved in this incident. So there you go, Ricky Rudd, Jeremy Mayfield, and Carl Edwards involved in an accident. Yeah, it looks, if you just caught the end out of the corner, it looks like Jarrett had spun. Sorry, Rudd had spun. Edwards clipped Rudd and then got down into Mayfield, and they went around, bringing out the caution light. Boy, Ricky Rudd was lucky he didn't get drilled by the 96 machine. Lead the rest of the field. Reed Sorensen, I believe, has just gotten the lead from Juan Pablo Montoya. Now we move on. Lap 16, the restart. After that, we missed a huge wreck that took out no, we didn't. Sorry, I was just looking at the cars that were taken out in that first incident that we saw where JJ Yaley was slipping and all that after Tony Stewart blew his engine. So, my mistake there. We didn't miss anything. So we continue on racing. Montoya leads. Biffle second. Battle for third between Terry Labonte and Reed Sorensen. And behind them, Casey Mears, Kyle Busch. There's right here, if you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to make his way up there behind the 26 of McMurray. 3 wide for the at the line. Terry Labonte will lead that lap here at Talladega in his number 55 Toyota for Michael Waltrip Racing. And now he's alongside Casey Mears in the 25 side by side. The one Montoya is in the wall back there. He's stuffing in the fence. He's losing positions. So issue there for Juan Pablo Montoya as he now drops back. Denny Hamlin going by as well as Matt Kenseth. David Stremme going to go by. He's going to hold up the 22 of Ward Burton. The 4 car director earlier was actually Jeb Burton. So now we have the 25 Mears alongside the 55 of Terry Labonte. Continue to race for position. This time at the line, Mears will lead that lap just by a nose over the 55 of Terry Labonte as they continue to race side by side for the lead. They're 4 wide behind them with Sorensen, Harvick, Earnhardt, and Menard. Everyone continuing to battle here. So you got some slow cars in the back off the pace. Edwards and Mayfield, Johnson, Montoya now, Ricky Rudd. Oh, and an engine expiration. Scott Riggs' engine is blown. Oh, and there goes, and now there goes Paul Menard, and we're wrecking again here at Talladega after another engine failure has caused another incident. Scott Riggs blows his engine, and Paul Menard gets turned by his teammate at DEI, Martin Truex Jr., into Greg Biffle, and then Menard up into the outside wall off of Biffle and Truex's bumpers. So a crazy way to start off here on lap 21. So he raced with him, he got out of the way, and then Truex just hooked Menard down into Biffle, and then Menard gets spun back up the ratio into the outside wall. Lucky he didn't collect anyone else. But Menard goes around, Riggs blows an engine, and we see here Riggs gonna make his way down pit road. The engine expired on that number 10 Evernham Gillette Motorsports machine. Now at the front of the field, it's Terry Labonte, your race leader in the 55. Now we move back underway. On lap 27 is the 31 of Jeff Burton leading this race alongside the 29 of Kevin Harvick. They fight for position with right behind them Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Jamie McMurray now the top 5. You could tell that 8 car Earnhardt is fast. He has been on a roll with the speed today. He's always good through speedways, not surprised. But Harvick now takes the lead here with that Childress speed. Now behind him, Terry Labonte having a good run here at the twilight of his career in that 55 machine. Junior now getting a big shove from McMurray. They continue to move up. Oh, contact Terry Labonte down. There he goes. He's going to save it. What? Oh, he hit the wall. Labonte the wall, but what a save by Terry Labonte. I thought he was done. And oh, he gets clipped by Mayfield, and around goes Montoya and Mayfield, and we are under caution once again at Talladega. Damage to Ward Burton, as you see, or Dave Blaney in the 22. Sorry, Dave Blaney in the 22. As you see right here, Montoya gets spun around. Mayfield gets hit by Dave Blaney in the 22 back there, all because Mayfield just clipped the 55 of Terry Labonte, who had made an unbelievable save, and then Labonte doesn't move, just Mayfield hits Labonte, and then he spins and sends Montoya spinning down the racetrack. He gets a little bit of help there, and somehow Paul Menard avoided absolutely destroying his car and Elliott Sadler's car in the 19. As we see here, Terry Labonte there, right into Elliott Sadler, up the track he goes. There goes Montoya. They go spinning. Dave Blaney involved. Somehow Paul Menard avoids it. A miracle there. So now we look at the rest of the field. Harvick leads while Mears and Burton fight for second after that caution. As they got to race back to the line now. Harvick, Burton, Mears, McMurray, Sorensen, Dale Jr., and Kyle Busch making a run behind them. Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. A big run on the inside. He's going to go underneath McMurray as well. Big momentum for Dale Jr. As at the line, Harvick leads at Talladega. As now we move on to lap 32 on the restart after that last incident. Dale Jr. now in the lead, looking to get another Talladega victory. And behind him, Reed Sorensen in the 41, and then Jamie McMurray and Greg Biffle and Casey Mears. As we see Mayfield there, slow at the back. Elliott Sadler in the 19. Still getting my names mixed up here. It's been such a while since I've done 2007 cars. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads the way here at Talladega. Reed Sorensen behind him. Casey Mears third. Jamie McMurray fourth. Carl Edwards is actually a lap car, so he will be passed here by the 5. Kyle Busch for 5th place. So Edwards is on the lead lap. That's a pass 4 position. Kyle Busch into 5th. Now into 4th as McMurray gets out. Here comes Kenseth. And now it's Dale Jr. and Reed Sorensen battling for the lead here at Talladega. And Kyle Busch in the 5 getting some momentum, some help there from the 29 of Kevin Harvick. As they continue to race intensely. 4th position. Sorensen can't quite clear Mears. Mears gets to the inside of Sorensen. And they continue to battle 4th position. Then behind them, there's the 5, Kyle Busch, the 29, Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch now going to go 3 wide for 2nd place, making a strong move right there. He will get around Sorensen. And now we'll have to side draft his teammate of Casey Mears as Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to lead at Talladega and Earnhardt Country. And Kyle Busch now in that Hendrick number 5. A big shove from Kevin Harvick out of turn 2. Busch now going to go on the inside of Dale Jr. Now we have a battle for the lead between our rivals, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch. Will Kyle Busch have enough momentum getting to 3 and 4 to stay alongside Jr.? He will, even though Jr. is going to get some help from Harvick. Kyle Busch has the draft from Kenseth, Sorensen, and Truex. And now they continue to race for position. Busch to the inside of Dale Jr. Down the front straightaway. To the start-finish line, that lap will be led by Earnhardt. Behind him, Kyle Busch, and then Harvick. As we continue to have some great racing here at the front of the pack at Talladega. Kyle Busch, you see Truex hooking up there with Matt Kenseth. They're starting to hang out. Kevin Harvick, drop him a little bit further down in the order. But then that inside lane's run down the backstretch fades out. And now Jr. continuing to lead over Kyle Busch as we head down the back straightaway through now 3 and now turn 4. Coming down to the tri-oval. Sorensen there underneath Harvick. Gets in front of Carl Edwards. Now Kyle Busch going for the lead on Dale Jr. As they side by side but coming to the line, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will lead that lap here at Talladega, just barely over Kyle Busch as they head into turn 1 and 2. And now we move on after a huge crash that's happened here on lap 77 that we have missed. It is taken out. The Jeff Burton is out of the race. The Harvick is out of the race. The 1 of Truex is out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out of the race. Kyle Busch is out of the race. It's basically pretty much almost all the contenders we were just witnessing at the front. Destroyed. There goes Carl Edwards on the apron. What a save. Kurt Busch almost wrecked Carl Edwards for position. As now Reed Sorensen leads David Stremme here at Talladega. The only thing is Stremme's a lap car, so it's really Reed Sorensen leading just a couple other guys. And now, after wrecking a few others, we move on to 3 to go in this race. It is Kurt Busch leading the only other car in the lead lap, Reed Sorensen. Only 6 cars left in the race. Now Denny Hamlin has been knocked out of the race, as well as David Stremme, Dave Blaney, and Carl Edwards. As we, of course, as typical with us at this point, unfortunately missed multiple incidents. But Kurt Busch leads the way. Reed Sorensen behind him in 2nd place, going for the win. Will it be Kurt Busch winning at Talladega, or will Reed Sorensen get his first career win here for Chip Ganassi Racing? Could possibly change the course of his career. Behind them, they got the lap cars of Rudd, Biffle, and McMurray. 2 to go at Talladega. They're catching the lap car, which is the number 96 machine. Kurt Busch leads. Sorensen 2nd. Ricky Rudd is battling basically Biffle for 3rd, and McMurray stuck 2 laps down in 5th, and the 96 is stuck 9 laps down in 6th. So it looks like it's going to be between Kurt Busch and Reed Sorensen here. Coming to the white flag this time, but they're going to have to negotiate that lap car. The 96 Will they be able to get around Tony Raines? And Kurt Busch goes high to avoid him. He gets blocked though. Momentum for Sorensen. Then Raines will block Sorensen. And now Kurt Busch has a clear path to run away with the lead. Help from McMurray. Raines can't block him. White flag. Final lap here at Talladega. Kurt Busch now pulling away as Reed Sorensen absolutely blocked by Tony Raines. It might ruin Sorensen's chance at his first career win. And now he's got to try to get by the lap car of McMurray if he wants to have a shot at beating Kurt Busch for the race victory. Down the back stretch now into turn 3 and turn 4 for the final time. Kurt Busch, a solid gap back to Reed Sorensen. Kurt Busch has had a very silent race, but he's come alive in this final, say, 80 laps or so after all the chaos was out of the way. And to the line, Kurt Busch will get the captain a win at Talladega. Reed Sorensen, a heartbroken second place finish, almost got his first career win. Third place goes to Ricky Rudd, fourth to Greg Biffle, fifth to Jamie McMurray, and sixth place is Tony Raines in the 96. So Kurt Busch, your winner. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.